Gather round, friends, new and old, and welcome to Roast and Toast. We are your hosts, David, Jenny, and Philip.
Hello.
Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Hello, boys.
Been doing all right. Am I crazy? Is there like a schlop ton of movies to watch? I feel like I'm overwhelmed by movies that are in the theaters that I would want, or have to watch. Okay, so for the ones that I kind of like just wanted to watch the burning building.
Name some.
I was going to say, the one that I wanted to watch like the burning building go down was Aquaman. If I missed that and I watch it later, that's whatever. So that's its own thing. Iron Claw's out.
Yep.
Ferrari's out. Poor Things is
Iron
out.
Claw?
The Iron Claw. That's the one with Zac Efron as like the main wrestler guy. It's A24.
Well,
And Jeremy Allen White, is that his name?
Yes,
Very
good.
Yes.
Yeah, from Shameless and The Bear, absolutely. There's those.
Mm-hmm.
There's The Color Purple is out. There's The Boy and the Heron is out. I realize now as I'm saying all this, our movie selections might be a little bit different there, David, as you are
Well,
international.
mine is. It's a dry January always for the horror department. We got Night Swim, and I heard it is tanking. No pun intended.
I mean, I just saw The Boy and the Heron, and it was my first Studio Ghibli movie. I don't think I've ever seen any Studio Ghibli movies before.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Didn't like it. Did not.
Oh, wow.
Was not for me.
Wow.
Not enjoyable in the slightest. It was painstaking. Oh my goodness.
Aw,
I thought
man.
I had
Dang
heard
it.
that Robert
Not.
Pattinson did a good job. Did you concur
Robert
with that, Don?
Pattinson. Oh, I saw
Yeah,
it
he
in
was the
Japanese.
heron.
Oh, you didn't see
you
the
saw
dubbed?
it in Japanese.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm sorry, dubbed?
Hmm.
No, the original I'm pretty sure is the Japanese version.
They have a dubbed version here in
Yeah.
America with like an all-star
They
cast.
do an English dub.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they do that for a lot of his movies, but the original is the Japanese, and that's what I saw. And I in general, I prefer to watch the original version of movies that are in a foreign language. I was grateful that there were English subtitles and not Dutch subtitles, but yeah, no, I did not enjoy it at all. Like, at
Wow.
all. I struggled through that movie,
that
and I watched it with
sucks.
Nicole,
I'm
and she
sorry.
loved it, which is a shame. That we weren't on
Nicole,
the same
your...
page. Nicole is a special friend of mine.
Oh, what a great joke. What an
Hi,
ongoing
Nicole.
running joke. Hi, Nicole, yes.
She doesn't listen to the podcast.
No, nor should...
If she ever listens
Nor
to this
should she,
episode,
yeah,
she'll
no.
hear it.
Yes.
Right.
Jenny, how was your time away since last we recorded?
Good. Since we all last spoke, we've all had our New Year's celebrations that we had the chance to talk about.
Yes, F fireworks. F fireworks.
Yes.
Amen,
Yeah,
David?
honestly,
Agreed.
man, this
Yeah.
year was particularly bad.
I don't know. Everybody went out this year. Oh, anyway.
Yeah,
Sorry,
in the
Jenny.
Netherlands.
More
it was
drone
crazy.
shows. More drone shows.
More drone shows.
Yes.
Anyway, so we celebrated my dad's 60th birthday, and I think I said this in the podcast, we went to a game show battle room where we had like a private make-your-own game show thing, and it was very fun, but I would not recommend inviting like 35 people, which is what we did. That was a surprise element to the day where we invited all of my dad's closest friends from old and past and present and from every walk of his life. And it got really chaotic because we had like 16 people we had 16 people per team, and we had 2 teams-ish. And it just was, the host was trying so hard to keep up, making sure everybody got the chance to play. I felt really bad for the guy.
So
but it was
more
very
intimate
fun.
would be the recommendation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I recommend keeping it to a smaller party.
Got it.
But it was great. They had multiple choice questions. They did like a Family Feud type thing where they did a poll of the top 4 best answers, and the sudden death round was basically a game of flip cup between my parents. It was pretty funny. Well, my dad won, and the birthday boy got the trophy, so all was happy.
So your dad had fun, 10 out of 10 from his point of view.
He did.
Okay.
He had an absolute blast. He was having the time of his life.
All right, excellent. Well, let's move along to the main portion of our episode.
Well, it's been a hot minute since we've had a guest on our podcast, and I think we have a fabulous guest for today's episode. We all know him. You all love him. Aaron, welcome back to the podcast. How are you, my friend?
Oh, it's
Aaron
lovely to be
Ford.
on your side again. Hi, everybody.
What's new with you, Aaron?
Nothing's new with me. I'm just working my lovely 9 to 5 up here in Illinois. For those of you in the States, that's in the Midwest. Just working and performing like I do.
Exquisite.
As you always do. Iconic.
Well, it is a Would You episode, and we appreciate you joining us for this, Aaron. Feel free. We've got questions for each one of the hosts. Feel free to glom on, answer as you want. You have the luxury to answer or to not answer, which not all of us do. The rest of us are inclined to answer. So feel free to answer and also shun or comment on whomever you wish, Aaron. That is your...
As it were?
Yes, judgment. You are the sentient being of the Roast and Toast podcast right now.
Okay.
All right. David, please hit one of us with one of your dazzling questions.
I certainly will.
Verbally.
Verbally, please.
Oh.
Jenny, in a horror movie you're acting in, would you rather play a secondary character who pops up throughout the movie, or have a more minimal role as the character who dies first but dies a gruesome death on screen?
So like
Definitely the first option. Yeah. The secondary character that pops up every once in a while. They're always the
like
most
I'm talking
memorable.
like a news
That'd be the most
reporter
fun.
who like every now and then you see a news report and that's the character. So it's minimal but it's consistent. You're in throughout the whole movie. But in the other option, you have a slightly smaller role, but you get to die brutally on screen.
The Scream
you
dichotomy,
choose the minimal.
like the first kill in the Scream franchise.
I'd rather choose the... Yes, absolutely. I'd rather choose the secondary character because while it'd be fun to get like a super gruesome death and die first and be that first person, it's always the person that everyone forgets about by the end of the movie, unless it's super iconic and lives for the rest till the end of time. So I'd rather be a secondary character that gets enough screen time for people to remember you. You know what I mean?
All right.
I think canonically, I'd die first.
Oh!
Oh no!
Oh no! It's because he's a man.
That old trope.
Oh, man. There you go.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay, then it gets on to Philip from me. Haha. Okay, Philip. Would you rather have a personal chef or a personal assistant?
Personal assistant, because personal chef does not include that they bring their own materials. So as nice as a personal chef is, if I have to supply the materials, I'm probably going to still be only able to afford what minimally I can and I normally have. And if anything, it might be an inconvenience. I guess I'd eat a lot more chicken because then I could at least have it prepared and it's just annoying. So, but personal assistant. So, I mean, I love the podcast, but are you kidding me? A personal assistant with a podcast would be incredible as far as like scheduling goes. I mean, as far as branding goes, for all this stuff. And then for personal life, be like, hey, yes, hi, could you schedule with my assistant? My assistant will schedule in my busy schedule. Thank you. Yes. Assistant. Oh, delightful. Absolutely delightful. Aaron, are you the same? Do you have any use for a personal chef? Or
You know what? I've been looking for a husband, and a personal chef would fit that box.
Would fit that bill.
But no, I have a lot of friends who do personal assistant work in New York. They're actors who do personal assistant work, and it's a lovely job, especially if they, a lot of
as a job.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. To feel.
Oh, yeah, the benefits of those jobs ridiculous.
Really?
Amazing.
I would have thought it'd be cumbersome. No.
Well, no. A friend of mine, she works for a tech company with a bunch of tech guys, and she says they're a little broy, but it's easy work, and she says she enjoys.
Amazing. All right. I will go to David. David, my question for you.
Yes.
Oh, Aaron, I will be hurt if you don't decide to answer this one. David, would you rather go on a double date with Jim and Pam from The Office or a couple from your favorite romantic movie? What is your favorite romantic film? I guess let's start
like
there.
rom-com. My favorite rom-com, I think, has always been Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I love that movie.
It'd be,
I think it's just got a great cast, a lot of funny characters.
They have puppets too.
I think I'd choose Jim and Pam because that's The Office is my favorite romantic story. I love The Office, but I think there's no one from Forgetting Sarah Marshall that I'd really care to have a double date with.
That's cute. My favorite rom-com is Last Holiday with Queen Latifah. But
Really?
Oh, I like that movie. That's a
it's
fun
so
movie.
cute. But I think I would choose Jim and Pam too. They seem like they have a good time.
I think I would get along with them. I really do.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Well, the one advantage is that in exploring a TV series, I don't think that there's a lot to discover with Jim and Pam that you would have like pleasantries with others. Whereas with Jim and Pam, you're beyond the pleasantries and like, and you're like, so what do? You know all this because you watched the entire series. So you're just focusing on the fun, on the whatever activity, whatever you're doing, and then you can just shoot the cut. Yeah. David, your question for me?
Yes. Philip, would you rather gain 25 pounds or lose 25 pounds right here at this moment?
Well, if I gain it, let me assure you it's not muscle, so I'd rather lose 25 pounds.
But you're not carrying a lot of extra weight, so you'd probably be losing muscle in that case.
You know, my thighs have a lot to lose. Because again,
thunder thighs.
My thunder thighs. Unfortunately, I have a double-edged sword in that whenever I gain weight, it goes first to my face. On the plus side, it's like, oh, okay, I need to be a good boy. I can't eat, whatever dessert I want. I can't do all this. I need to be doing better. The negative is that I can't hide it. I can't, it just exists on my face. Like, if it was my butt, that'd be great. It's not what happens in this life. If it was to be, fake muscle mass on my arms, that would be wonderful. If it were to go to other arenas and that would be 25 pounds, that'd be wonderful. That's not what the world that I live in. It's my face. It's my face that gets there. So we would rather be losing the 25
You know how much
pounds.
25 pounds is?
Yeah, and it's not going to anywhere that I want it to go.
And
Aaron,
you'll be chiseled.
All right.
chiseled. Aaron, you have a comment or?
You know what? This holiday season was a doozy between the eggnog and the turkey and the mashed potatoes.
I like eggnog. Not everybody likes eggnog.
I love eggnog. I make great eggnog.
How do you make it? Do you make it the original English way, or do you make it like?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you add booze?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, this is just custard, basically. No.
I'm more of a mulled wine gal myself.
I like mulled wine too. Bring it on. Mm-hmm. Bring it on.
Jenny, would you rather have your favorite musical turned into a horror movie or your favorite scary movie adapted into a Broadway musical?
Oh, this is an obvious. I think this is an easy one.
Really? I don't think it is.
I keep a list on Letterboxd of movies that I want to see turned into plays. I keep ones that already exist as plays, and then there's ones that I want to produce myself. There's so many great opportunities for bottle horror movies where they just stay in one place. Perfect opportunity to create a whole set out of it and create that whole story and just put that on stage. So second one, sir. Second one. I wouldn't say musical though.
That's what I thought
sure
was the
about
clear
that.
option. Yeah, to turn a famous movie, a horror movie, into a musical. I think it was right up Jenny's alley.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say musical, but
For the audience who may not be aware, a bottle horror movie, Jenny, is a horror movie that takes place all in one location, correct?
yes, takes place all in one location.
Very nice.
They don't go anywhere else. It just stays in one place. Okay, let's move on to David. Now, David, would you rather eat a soggy grilled cheese or a burnt grilled cheese?
Is it,
How burnt are we talking? Because soggy don't sound good.
is it soggy
Like
with butter?
I mean, however it gets
Aaron
prepped,
suddenly went,
Because I'm just wondering where the sog comes from.
Yeah, that is it. Is it from the oil of the cheese, or is it from mayonnaise, or is it?
I would
is making
say
it
it's
soggy?
slightly undercooked, and the bread
Oh,
The bread is
was
wet
a
or something?
little bit moist. It's a little moist.
it's like a warm grilled cheese, not like a toasted grilled cheese. It's like just.
Do I get to scrape off like the outer layer of burntness from the burnt?
No.
No, that's not burnt anymore.
I think I'm gonna go
that's
with
just
burnt.
chiseled.
I'm gonna go with burnt.
Yeah.
Hope it's not too burnt. That's a tough one, though. Neither of those sound good at all. Jenny.
Pick your poison.
Yeah, I know, right? Jenny, would you rather break the record for most farts in a day or the longest fart drought by a person?
Longest fart drought is it
And
not
this is
farting
a
at
record
all?
you're going to have to actively try to break. It's not just like, let's see what happens. It's like,
so
you got to eat the right foods. You got to,
So
or
she's
hold it in.
she's holding that
Either
TV.
holding in the
no,
farts
I
or
don't-
eating a whole lot of beans. Which one would you rather endeavor to try and break?
That level of dedication I do not have to attempt to not fart. I want to just be an orchestra of farts and just...
So
With the
what's on the
numbers.
menu, Jenny? What's on the menu? What are you gonna eat?
Let's see. We could probably get some chili.
Some chorizo.
We'll get some beans. A 3-bean chili.
Jenny's eating a lot of
I know a
breakfast and
pretty
chili
good
that
one.
week.
Lots of hot sauce. Now you all. Yes. I want to break the fart record. I want the number. Give me numbers. There's gotta be a quote.
That alone, we're clipping that. That is
There you
it.
go.
Yeah, I want to break the fart record. No context. That is what's going up on socials next week. I want to break the fart record. I love it.
All right, Philip.
Thanks for making my job easier, Philip. You're right.
Just that. No context. None needed whatsoever.
Nope, none.
Philip, would you rather watch an unfunny comedy or an unscary horror movie?
I feel like I've seen a bunch of unscary horror films, and that's at least.
I've also
could
seen
be
a bunch of unfunny comedies.
Yeah, unfunny comedy is just cringe to sit through because especially sometimes they'll.
It hurts.
Yeah, it hurts that you just sit there and then they're waiting there for the bit. Like sometimes they edit to where there's a beat for the laughter, and if it's not there, it takes a lot out of it. Give me the horror film that's not scary.
Yes, that just becomes a cult classic.
The worst is when you're watching a comedy something with somebody who thinks it's funny.
Oh,
And you're
Oh,
getting
no.
out of it, but they're like, you know? Ugh.
Yeah,
That makes
at
even
least
worse.
the unscary horror movie might at least be funny.
Sure.
or
right?
it could even have a good story.
Right.
You know,
I don't
Possibly.
know, but I'm a bit of a wimp. It's probably scary to me.
I will admit that once, back in 2014 or whenever it came out, I went to go see Let's Be Cops with the two guys from New Girl. And I went with Jake Corlang, our resident bass player on the Roast and Toast podcast. And we had like the best time. It was just hilarious. Like we were laughing the whole audience was like in hysterics the whole movie. It was so funny.
Wow.
And so I went again with Yegor, who's been on the podcast a couple times, especially in the last year. And it was decidedly less funny, not just for me who'd already seen it, but for everyone in the audience. And it goes to show, like, sometimes who you're with,
wow.
the audience,
an audience
can
ambiance
make
really
or
matters.
break a film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really can. I agree with that statement.
David,
Yes.
would you rather have to eat a handful of live ants?
Hell no.
Handful.
A handful.
A handful.
A handful of live ants, or eat a sandwich with mustard and marshmallow fluff.
I mean, mustard and marshmallow fluff sounds like it would be horrible for you, Philip.
It
I mean,
is.
I don't think it sounds
At
good,
least
don't get me
simple
wrong.
Ingredients.
But yeah, it's just mustard
you.
and marshmallows. I mean, it's not going to be tasty, probably. But I'll eat it. I'll stomach it, you know. Like the ants live, like if they were fried in butter, it'd probably be fine. Like I'm pretty sure there are cultures that eat that.
Yes.
And I would try it for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
But alive makes it challenging. Like they might bite me in my mouth or, ooh, no.
Yeah, they fight back.
They might be alive going down. There's no way I can make sure I chew them all. So, no, that doesn't sound good at all. No, I'm going to go with the mustard and marshmallow. It's probably going to be gross, but I'll just swallow and there you go. Aaron, thoughts? I think you agree with me.
Yeah, no, I'd rather eat something that was made to be eaten versus the things that are very much going to put up a fight. Yeah.
This is what I've got for you, Philip. It's really weird. Would you rather your significant other smell like a Shake Shack cheeseburger
Ooh.
or everyone else smell like beets?
I like. Jenny is going to vehemently
Look,
disagree
I
with my.
specifically chose a cheeseburger that's particularly greasy.
But I
Like
do
particularly
enjoy it.
like Like, it's good when it's a burger. But this is your significant other, Philip, is going to smell like a Shake Shack cheeseburger.
Jenny has feelings.
Jenny has really vivid thoughts.
Listen, I'm
Jenny,
in
weigh
theater.
in.
I'm expressive. Let me live. I mean, I'm not particularly fond of beets, so that's my answer. I'd rather deal with my significant other smelling like a cheeseburger from Shake Shack.
Shake Shack.
Okay, I must emphasize. I have
Please
to. Please don't clip this out. I've had significant others or people that have been in intimate spaces with me that have had specific aromas that are pretty bad to live with.
Name those names. Name those names right now.
There is no list there is no reason that I need to give that name. There are people in this world that have specific odors in specific areas that I've had to live with and not enjoy, but live with. That is way worse than a Shake Shack burger. And to have to deal with everybody else in the world smelling like beets, I'm going to go with that Shake Shack burger, an aroma that at least I could be like, you know what, you remind me of a happier place.
Why
Shake
are you
Shack.
dating smelly people? Surely that's
I'm not dating
a
smelly
turn-off.
people.
You said significant others.
These are just people
just
that are
people that you've
in
had
his
to share a
vicinity.
space. Oh.
I was young.
All
the love was
right.
in the
Yeah,
air.
we've all
and,
been
and,
there.
And the salmon was flying. Look, that's just all that it is. All right.
Now I need names.
Damn it, Jesus.
Oh God, who's
The second you brought up fish, now I'm interested. Now I'm interested.
Jenny? For the love of God, for the absolute love of God, let's turn the attention.
Go on.
And
Yeah,
Aaron,
let's break away.
Aaron, get ready yourself, sir. Jenny, if you had to choose someone blood related to you, be forced to watch you perform putting the banana in a fruit salad, batter dipping the corn dog, stuffing the muffin, using a telescope to explore the black hole, who would you choose?
Jenny.
We've lost Jenny.
I am so lost. What are you even talking about?
Jenny, you know what I'm talking
You're
about.
using too many metaphors, man. You gotta keep it simple. Oh my god! But I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So wait, what is the would you rather of this?
There's
though?
no would
'Cause
you.
only
Just would you rather choose some? Just there's no would you. Who would you? Who would you? That is the would you. Who would you choose?
You know what? Would you rather have your mom or your dad?
Better, best yet.
that's can I plead the fifth on this one?
What is the question? You've lost me now.
Okay, who would you rather in your family watch you perform the sultriest saltine cracker?
Ah.
My mother probably be able to tolerate it the most.
All right,
I
Aaron.
can't. I don't see. My dad might fall apart.
That's one game show he does not want to have hosted. No.
He would. Sorry, mom and dad, if you're listening to this.
And and at least your mom does, right?
Yeah, she does occasionally.
God
yes.
bless you, Rhonda. God bless you.
We should, you know, when a podcast episode has the tag like explicit when it has cursing in it. We should have a tag on ours whenever there's content that is not suitable for parents. We need that.
We'll put in the description. Sorry, mom and dad.
Sorry. Aaron.
Yes.
Oh, the question has not escaped you, honey.
I thought we were moving on.
Oh!
Let's see. You know what? There is an uncle on my dad's side who was just diagnosed with glaucoma. So it would be a Milky View, if anything.
I think that's cheating.
Well, that would be a Milky View.
You know, I wasn't gonna say it, Aaron, but you did it for me. So. Anyway, I have this gut feeling that we should move on to the next one. Okay,
Bring us home,
David. Let's steer away from this topic. Would you rather defeat Darth Vader or conquer Sauron?
Ooh. Would I rather defeat Darth Vader or conquer Sauron? No, I'd rather conquer Sauron because Darth Vader
Oh, yeah?
comes round in the end. Darth Vader has good in him still. Sauron is the epitome of evil. Sauron's like the Emperor. So Sauron, yeah. I'd rather conquer Sauron. Destroy the ring.
What would you say, Aaron?
I'm a Sauron too. I want to be featured in.
Yeah.
Also,
movies,
I would
so-
love to be crowned, like, I don't know, given some, like, lordship in Middle Earth or something by Aragorn.
Also, could you imagine your legs after such a
Yeah.
long journey?
Yes.
Yeah. Talk about
You're gonna-
thunder
Yeah,
thighs.
It's a gym session.
Calves of steel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's move along.
Our next mini segment in today's episode is Pop Quiz, where I create a question, a personal question, that you guys have to guess the correct answer to. My question for you all is, good luck everyone, what dessert did I recommend as a topping for hot cocoa in our episode titled Santa's Hit List?
I know the answer.
Was it A, sugar cookie pieces, B, chocolate chips, C, red velvet cake pieces, or D, sprinkles?
I know the
Aaron,
answer.
you should go first.
I know
Yeah, I was
the
going to say
answer.
Aaron should go first since he was not here for that episode.
Yeah, but Aaron, you listen
I-
to the podcast, don't you?
I do. I really do.
you
And
do?
in fact, I
Okay.
remember this answer. It was sugar cookie crumbles, if I remember correctly.
I don't know that I know this, so David seems more
do
sure,
know.
so I will go next. I also was going to... It's close between the red velvet and the sugar. I will go the sugar cookie, though, because I felt that.
It's red velvet. It's red velvet. No. You guys are wrong.
David is correct.
Yep.
It was red velvet cake pieces. I might have mentioned sugar cookie pieces at one point, but I was plugging red velvet cake pieces. That and hot cocoa. Woo! That was a good time. And with Oreo cookies mixed in too. That was just... That was chef's kiss. Thanks for playing.
Well, we bring this episode to a close, and before we say goodbye, we're going to say a few thank yous to some special people. First of all, thank you to Cass and Crossland and Jay Corlang for the music that you hear on the show.
Thanks to Ryan Ardell, Josh Hans, and Aaron Ford for a lot of the audio bits you hear throughout the show. Aaron Ford, thank you so much for joining us this episode. Appreciate you, buddy.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
What? Fired immediately. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, we won't be having Aaron back. I'm sorry.
Thanks to Rudy Chalk for all of your wonderful graphic work that you get to see in all of our social medias.
Yes, thank you, Rudy. Once again, thank you to Aaron for being here. Aaron's going to be joining us next week as well to play a little game, so make sure you tune in to hear Aaron. And thank you to you, the listener, for listening to this episode right here. I hope you enjoyed it. And keep in mind, we're out every week with new content, new episode. Follow us on our socials at Roast and Toast Pod on Instagram and TikTok. So follow us there. You'll see little promo videos. You can actually see what we look like if you don't already know. And recommend us to your friends. We're out on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Google Podcasts. Just not stinking Pandora, because screw you, Pandora.
Oh my god, Katie, I am so hungry. I could go for a whole burger right now. Oh my god, is that Barry? Oh my god, he must have just went to Shake Shack. He smells divine.